While details continue to develop at this hour, we do want to bring in aviation expert and president and CEO of the San Diego Air and Space Museum, a pilot himself, Jim Kidrick, and a tragic night. Jim, thank you for joining us tonight.
No, it's always tragic when something like this happens, and as you can already see, they're in a complete rescue scenario right now.
Let's start with how this could happen. There are reports that the military Black Hawk was in communication with the tower and told to pass behind the American Airlines commuter plane. And while we don't have confirmation of what happened next at this hour, what could have happened?
Well, it certainly is hard to tell. Both aircraft would have been in contact with the tower. So once they get in close like they were, they're receiving their instructions to either avoid each other or look for somebody at your 10 o'clock, to avoid. But they're talking, and certainly the tower is in direct communication with both of the aircraft, advising them of where the other is, and as you just said, perhaps directing it to depart, at a certain altitude or a certain direction, to keep clear. Helicopters have a tendency to fly in and out of an airfield using different patterns than fixed-wing airplanes. If you notice, the airliner in this case was coming into a particular runway to land, so he's coming straight in at the time. The aircraft that can maneuver the most is going to be, in this case, the helicopter.
Jim, I have to ask you, can we put to bed any concerns of this not being an accident because, they were flying into a busy airport on a cold night over pitch black waters of the Potomac River? Or do we have extra concerns because we are at a very heightened time in politics and this was a military aircraft within miles of the White House and the Pentagon?
I'm going to tell you that, this appears to be an accident. Certainly the location would indicate that because these two aircraft were operating in an area where something like this could occur. So it didn't happen over the White House. It didn't happen somewhere else. It happened at Reagan National. And so I don't think it was anything else. Both aircraft actually have pretty good track records. They're pretty safe. This airliner is a Bombardier airplane that, has a 2,000-mile range. It's known for its reliability, its good maintenance, passenger comfort. And the Black Hawk helicopter has been around for a long time. It's not just the Army that has the Black Hawk. The Navy has the Seahawk, for example, which is virtually the same helicopter. So it appears to be right now some sort of challenge that someone had in the landing environment, and so it's going to be hard to tell until they can really identify the direction of the helicopter. We already know really the direction of the airliner. He was coming in on a straight-in approach to land. So it will be certainly challenging, though, to figure it all out. Right now, of course, that's not the main concern. The main concern is, can they recover anyone? And so they're working very hard on that.
Yeah, complicated search and rescue for sure, as you say tonight, Jim. We hope you'll join us in the days ahead as more comes to light. Jim Kidrick, thank you for joining us tonight.
No, thank you. And just one other quick comment is when they go into a river, realize that when they hit, as something sinks, it's also moving. And so that makes even more difficult the challenging recovery of those in the water.
Oh, good point made. There are no life vests on at the moment. Obviously, there was just the explosion, and then they were in the water. So as you're saying, at night, very complicated and will take days. Thank you so much, Jim.
It will. Thank you.